So first of all, very good morning, everyone. So I think I'm audible at the last. All right. So I'm very glad to be back here. Last time I came here for the prelims exam classes there. Now this time again I have come here. Science and technology subject, which I will cover in 3 days, particularly targeting for the coming prelims 2024 exam. You all know that one good news is that the date has been postponed, 16th of June. So now that is the advantage. You have got extra time to prepare for the exam, right? This exam, and what I believe is that if you are preparing the right way, you don't have to worry about it. You will be able to solve maximum number of questions if you are on the right track. This exam is not difficult. It has been made difficult because of the way the approach and the things are going in the market there. So Hyderabad being always one of the very important place for civil services aspirants, right? Even group exams, group 1, group 2 exams, all these are there. So we'll do one thing here. uh, Tomorrow you will be getting certain handout also. I have prepared certain handout on science and technology. You'll be getting that handout, but today we will be discussing concept applications, all this will do that. So let me just open certain things and then we'll go through it one by one. Yes, I can connect there. So let us start with the topics one by one, and then let me first give you some general overview. What to expect, what topics you need to prepare. Let us go into those kind of areas. So science and technology. So if you look at the prelims exam point of view, and I will divide into mains exam also. So prelims, you'll find around 15 questions. It vary from year to year, right? It vary from year to year. 12 to 15 questions you will come across uh, MCQs in the examination. Now, what is very important here? Now, you know that last year, UPSC suddenly changed the pattern of the question. Statement type question, reason assessment question, that type of question was brought. They've removed the elimination, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Now you have any 1, any 2, any 3, that kind of choice. So given that part of uncertainty in the exam, the way UPSC is making changes in the question paper, you have to be prepared. I mean to say that whatever way they experiment with the questions, you are the one to solve the question. You are the one to get to the correct answer. So what is very important here, 12 to 15 questions, if I have to break them, right? If I have to break them, see here, 30% is the concept. If you analyze the previous year question paper, PYQs, and you look at the science and technology questions there. So when you solve questions, there will be 30% component will be based on concepts, whatever conceptual clarity you have. Let's say biotechnology, health, space and astronomy, right? Nuclear, defense, even now emerging technologies like nanotechnology, robotics, AI. 30% will be concept level. Remaining 30%, you'll find the question will have facts. Certain facts you have to remember. Like, sometimes question will be, let's say I'll give you example, Gaganyaan, right? India's human space flight, Gaganyaan mission. Now, when you look at Gaganyaan mission, now recently in the news, because of 4 astronauts, right? They have been now been showcased to the people there who are the one to go to for Gaganyaan. So when you are reading about Gaganyaan mission, there will be fact. That means which type of launch vehicle we are going to use, LVM-3. Do you remember LVM-3, GSLV, Mk-3, Mark 3? What is the mission? Crew module, service module. So one is the concept, what they are going to do. They are going to put a crew module in the low Earth orbit. Now the word is what? Low Earth orbit, LEO, LEO. That is a fact. But you have to know what is low Earth orbit, right? What is the use of low Earth orbit? What kind of work is done in low Earth orbit, right? Then, so those facts are there. Similarly, biotechnology, vaccine. Let's say vaccine. And you know that if you look back to previous year question, UPSC has asked about coronavirus, COVID-19 vaccine, recombinant vaccine, right? Those things have been asked. But now let's say when you read newspaper, cervical cancer, right? Cervac, Serum Institute of India, Pune, which has COVID time developed Covishield. Now it has come for cervical cancer. Now that is making headline. So again, you have to know the fact what caused cervical cancer. HPV, human papilloma virus. The name of the virus. The name of the virus is what? Fact. Name of the virus is a fact. Okay. Cervavac is the name of the vaccine. Is what? Fact. You have to remember the fact. Recently, another thing was there. Agni 5 missile. Intercontinental ballistic missile. 5,000 kilometer range. And what was in the news? MIRV. MIRV. Multiple independent re-entry vehicle. Where with single missile, we can use 2 to 10 warheads, weapons, to target different targets. That was in the news. Again, the fact is what? MIRV, ICBM, right? But what is the concept? What is ballistic? What is cruise? Right? So if we look at cruise missile, you all are aware, BrahMos, India and Russia. So concept is cruise, ballistic, the terminology. But you have to remember the names, right? So that's what I say, 30% will be fact, linked with concept. Remaining 60%, this one. Remaining 60% is this part. Applications. Civil service exam. Whether you appear group exam, group 1, group 2 exam, or you are targeting for UPSC exam, each one of you should have scientific temperament. So you don't have to become a scientist. You are going to become an officer. You are going to become an officer of the country, of the state, right? Although you may come from engineering background, science background, that is one of the, you have got a degree or qualification. But people who come from humanities, right? Social sciences, humanities, commerce, law, there are many fields are there. So what this kind of exam try to do is trying to make a level playing field. That certain type of students should not have advantage. Should not have an advantage for an IITian, right? A person who have studied from IITs or NIT big institute, they should not get advantage. And I'll tell you that even IITians fail in science and technology question. Because the level of question is different. It's not an engineering kind of question. It's not NEET or JEE exam, right? Here you are preparing for a bureaucracy, civil service exam. And what the officer has to do day-to-day life should know how to use technology. We all use technology in our life. Application part, rural development, urban planning, right? Security, planning, policy, how technology play important role. That's where the questions are there. Let's say satellite. Why we need satellite, right? Why government spend billions of dollars for space and astronomy? What it has a day-to-day life application. So those kind of things you have to target. So always remember that when you look at question paper, this will be the combination. Prelims exam 15 question, main exam. Now when you look at mains exam, you know the paper GS3. Now if you again review the question paper, minimum 3 to 4 questions will be there. Average is 3 questions you will find. Either 150 words, 250 words. Again, what type of questions UPSC is asking? What is nanotechnology? Right? What are applications of nanotechnology? What type of question UPSC is asking? How AI, artificial intelligence, can be used in healthcare? And what is the second part of the question? In terms of risk, what are the issues regarding AI? In the use of which field? Healthcare, health. AI is a technology, advanced technology. The first thing is the concept. Okay, what is AI? Second is application, health. Third is what? What are the negative aspect of AI? Right? So UPSC will ask in main exam where you have to write the answer. So what I believe, now there is no difference between main exam and prelims exam. It's same. What you prepare for the prelims exam, That goes in mains exam. And there you write the answer. Here you solve objective question. That's the difference. Concept remain the same. Things are always the same thing, right? So we will go into those kind of areas one by one. And since we have 3 days classes, right? We are having 3 days classes. So we'll be going to all such important areas which have been the part of current affairs, right? But again, we have to go back to the basics, fundamentals, right? One of the myth, which, even I'll tell you that the toppers who come and they say a lot of things there. You all attend the toppers talk, right? They will say that read current affairs. No need to, go back to the things. But I'll tell you one very important thing. This is my sixth sense, you know, sixth sense. One is the five senses what we have. Everybody has got sixth sense. तो मेरा जो सिक्स सेंस ये कह रहा है इस बार भी पेपर खतरनाक होगा. You understand that? पेपर सी एवरी ईयर यूपीएससी इज एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग. और इस बार पता है क्या है यूपीएससी के नजर में क्या है? व्हाट यूपीएससी लुकिंग टू दैट? Students have stopped reading books. I'll tell you that. They are the people, they are very expert people out there. Students are only collecting the material from the market, right? Vision IAS, Insight, IAS Baba, again many coaching stood here. They all are collecting the materials, Vikas Book Center, Tiranga Book House, right? All those kind of things. Collectors, they are going collecting all those things. Right, in the hostel, reading room, library, you see all those people. PT 365. All are reading PT 365 one by one. Right? In that, cubicle. Set cubicle. Reading that. So what is happening now? See, UPSC will always think that if the current trend of market is going on, where the students are just hand picking few materials, and only preparing based on that, and they're not getting back to the basics and fundamentals, like NCERT book. Science and also has an NCERT book, class 9, 10th, 11, 12th standard. So this time what is my thought says, they will set the questions which will be beyond those level. And what will happen, just I'll give you example. Students were neglecting CSAT papers last 3-4 years. झटका लगा एग्जाम में, जोर का झटका. अब सब लोग सीसेट मैथ्स रीजनिंग एवरीथिंग गोइंग देयर. द मोमेंट यूपीएससी विल गिव द झटका दिस टाइम, people will now run for the books in the market. You have to now read the books. This is going to be there, take my words. You will realize on that day, 16th of June, this word which I am saying, you will realize on that day. And I jokingly say in the Delhi, wo kali raat, you understand kali raat, dark night. Like you have seen the Batman movie, Dark Knight. That dark night, right? One dark night is the day before the exam. Tension, anxiety. What will happen the next day? What is the paper? And second dark night is the after the exam, after 5 p.m. Right? The two types of people are there. One will be very relaxed, joyful. Paper has gone good. Other will be Devdas. Right? All you'll find all queue in the, you understand that? We have a lot of shops there, wine shops. You have a long queue for that. Right? That day will be Devdas. Is bar exam अच्छा नहीं गया. What will be the cutoff? Then again cutoff. All are after cutoff only. Right? See, cutoff is beyond your reach. Right? You cannot say there's something that what may be the UPSC cutoff, right? Cutoff is decided based on the performance of students all over India. You are now in Hyderabad. You don't know how the students in Bangalore has done, right? In Delhi they have done, correct? So that's what I said. Your target is that your performance, giving the best, right? So both approach you have to follow. Getting the concept that's written here, and also current affairs. Current affairs is important. But only current affairs is not important. Current affairs with basics. Combine them together. Right? So that's what I've given here. So what I'll do here, I will go to all such areas. I'll just list there. See, we are going to cover, if you look at this one, One will be space science and technology, defense. Now recently nuclear was in the news. I will cover that, why nuclear was in the news, and what are things were there. We'll see in the classroom there. Then comes the biotechnology. Then diseases, health. Then coming to new technologies there. A lot of new techs are there. AI, robotics, nanotechnology. A lot of areas are there. Current affairs, that. One thing was very interesting. Mandana, Pushpa, the actress of Pushpa, she was very much in troubled water, right? Deep fake, right? That was the thing there. So all those things which are now, latest technology, which are becoming part of our human life, will go into that area, right? So we are going to have power packed class. You understand power packed? One after another. A lot of areas will come, right? So this is what I've given a general overview. So main exam again, you have to be prepared with it. After the prelims exam, without wasting time, next level mains exam. Correct? So you all are there. Make best use of this time. Whatever I'm covering in the classroom, let's go into every aspect on that. So let us do one thing here. I will start here. New frontiers of science and technology. Let's start from those areas. 2 to 3 questions come from new areas of science and technology. Right? So first of all, let me go into some basic concept. Then I'll cover the part of it. See, when you talk about new technologies, let us understand few aspects of it, right? And whatever I'm writing here, you can write it down there, right? And as I said, I'll provide you a handout. That will be your ready reference for the exam. I have my own kind of compilation, which you will be getting from Amigos, right? And I have a long association with Hyderabad. I've taught in many academies here. ठीक है? अब मैं वहाँ नहीं जा रहा हूँ. I'm not going anywhere. I've taught with La Excellence, even Balalata Madam, right? Narayana, you know that, Manjunath sir, right? Even I have taught with Telangana Study Circle, Banjara Hills, right? I've been teaching here in Hyderabad for more than 10 years, right? People know me very well here, right? Vision also, all those areas, they're aware of that. In between the COVID time, then there was a situation when I was not able to come there, but the things are there. But very surprisingly, I know that many of the teachers from Hyderabad, they are disappearing and going to Delhi. तो यहाँ के बच्चों का क्या होगा? Huh? When the Hyderabad faculty will go to Delhi, big institute, what will happen to students like here? There have to be some kind of people, right? So you don't have to worry about this Delhi kind of thing there. Okay? You are in the right place. Just keep right approach. Work hard. That's what I will say. Do your best. Exam is within the reach. And what I told in the classroom, exam asan hai, is easy, is not difficult, right? If you have the right way, you will qualify the exam. So let's go to the new technologies here. So first thing, let's understand this one, nanoscience and technology. I will be coming to current affairs, but let's understand here, nanoscience and technology. Now, when you read book, basic things. First, the main basic thing here. As I said, you don't have to become a scientist, right? But you know what is the basic area of the science. See, when you say nanoscience, you all know that. Nano, that is referred to 10 to the power minus 9 meters. This is a dimension. If you take hair, right, 10,000 times smaller than hair. We cannot see with naked eyes. Invisible. So if you look at living world, bacteria, virus, they're all nano size. Bacteria is invisible. Virus is invisible. Even you know that, I'll give you example, atoms, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, all are in nanoscale, right? Atoms and molecules, particles, which we cannot see of that dimension. So what is nanoscience? When you look at nanoscience, when you use the word nanoscience, is the study of, you can write the study of properties and behaviors. Behavior, not the normal behavior we are talking about. We are talking about characteristics, how they behave, behaviors of atoms and molecules of size 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Where the nano word comes 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer, which we cannot see with that, but we can realize at a bigger scale we can see their applications, right? So 1 to 100 nanometer, that is the scale where nanoscience comes. And you know that a lot of developments have started now. 21st century is the century of nanotechnology. So when you say science, properties, like for example, let's say very good example, mechanical, chemical bond. In chemistry, you know that in chemistry, atoms and molecules, they are bonded together. Now, when we try to study at that scale, what is the force by which atoms are together, right? Mechanical strength. Again, scientists will study where? In the lab, in the laboratory. Then I'll give you another example here. Optical. What is optical? Light. Interaction with light. Optical properties. Let me give example here. Scattering. You know what is the scattering? You are aware there. What is scattering there? You have read in science. When the molecules and atoms of the environment, air, water, land, soil, whatever, when the light falls on it, they scatter it, deflect it. And there are two things which comes in physics. One is that normal scattering. What is normal scattering? Where the particles, they scatter, and that depends on wavelength. What is very important thing? Wavelength. What is called Rayleigh criteria. But you know another very important thing, Nobel Prize winner, Dr. C.V. Raman effect. Okay, that is scattering wavelength is dependent on the molecular property, atoms. Today, you know that Raman effect is used in spectroscopy, spectrum, and we can find what type of sample is there, right? That's what comes to scattering. Again, what it depends on molecular properties, atomic properties, right? Then you can say here another one here, this which I'm giving here. This is very important one. This electrical, like here conductivity, current, and all this charge, conductivity there. Okay, I'll do one thing here because people, because of podium, they will not be able to see. I will not go bottom there. It's better. Let me keep it above only there, so that everybody is able to see there. ठीक है? तो ये मेरा लक्ष्मण रेखा है. I will put my लक्ष्मण रेखा so that all of people at the back can see there. So what is very important? Electrical conduction, charge. Such nanoparticles can conduct, right? Thermal, temperature, right? So the many such kind of a behavior can be demonstrated, right? That can be demonstrated here. So now if you look at here further, what is nanotechnology? So tell me, what is nanotechnology? Nanoscience is the scientific study. But what do you mean by nanotechnology? I'll be coming to current affairs. See, current affairs is important, but I said that first let's build the concept, then with current affairs. So you have both the thing there. And there are two approaches. You know what are two approaches? Either the people first read current affairs, go back to the basic. And second approach, go read the basic, then current affairs. Two approaches to study. So I'm studying from basic to the current affairs. Right? Market materials are ulta, reverse. Current affairs, then going back to basic. So both approach are okay there. Now tell me, what is nanotechnology? Simple thing. I want to, just simple thing which you have read there. Yes. What is nanotechnology? Let me interact. You all are, nice students. You should not be very silent. है ना? अभी लग रहा होगा कि पता नहीं कौन सा इंसान आ गया है. Who is this person there? Right? Right? Yes. What is nanotechnology? Tell me. Okay, technology that uses the properties of nanoparticles, atoms and molecules for various applications. Simple definition. What is simple definition? Simply we can say that is what is nanotechnology? Is a design and fabrication. We fabricate, design and fabrication of nanoparticles, nanoparticles and nanomaterials for various applications. Whether it is a consumer product, whether it is a space technology, defense, biotechnology, let's say nanobiotechnology, nanotechnology used in biotechnology, medical science. When we design it for various applications, that is where technology comes, nanotechnology comes. And what she has said very correctly, exploiting those properties of atoms and molecules, right? That's what comes. Now I'll be connecting this from current affairs. What is becomes very important, the application part. So I'll be now coming to this one. Now let's understand. I'll give you few things which are application based on nanotechnology, which is making headline. Like for example, now I'm connecting to the current affairs. Quantum dot, Q dot, and it is important for this year exam. Why this is important for this year exam? Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize every year, Nobel Committee. So Nobel Prize has been given for quantum dot, and today we are using quantum dot. What is dot? Particle, nanoparticle. So let's understand with the nanotechnology part, what is quantum dot? What is quantum dot? Quantum dot is basically nanoparticle of a semiconducting element. Now I have used here what semiconducting, semiconductor. Silicon, germanium. Today we use in electronic system. Imagine those kind of particles. What is their size? Nano, 10 to the power minus 9 meters, right? These are which emit pure color, which give the light, red, green, yellow, blue, magenta. It generate such kind of wavelength, right? See now, for example, when you say gold, we use gold, yellowish in color. But when you take nano gold is not yellow color, is red in color, red. The color change. So these are those type of dots, quantum dots. Now what is very important here? This was prepared. When it was made, it was first time developed in lab. Scientists developed in the lab, artificially created in the lab in 90s year, 1990s. Scientists were successful in developing those quantum dots. But when you look at prelims question, UPSC question, now the question is that does in the nature such quantum dot exist? See, one is that scientists develop in the laboratory, what we use in day-to-day life. But is it naturally also available? What is your think of that? Is quantum dot which emit color in the nature? So where? Give me example. Give me example. See, this is UPSC. UPSC is like that only, right? And when you solve the question, no, given not found in nature, they are only artificially created, such statement will be given there. So tell me where in nature you will find quantum dot. They have a color, they generate color. I've said red, green and all this one. To give me any example of in the nature world, we have quantum dots. Yes? Water? Goblet, okay. Water droplet, okay. Anything? But a water droplet, the color is not because of particle, it's because of the light diffraction and something is there. Yes. Huh? Chlorophyll. Okay. Chlorophyll will generate. Okay. Good. Very good. He has given one example. Chlorophyll. What is the color of the leaves and the plants? Green in color. Why they are green in color? Chlorophyll. And where do you find chlorophyll? Chloroplast. Tiny. If you look at nature, I'll write it separately here. In nature also they exist. I'll give you a very good example here. One is this one. Green plants, algae, algae. They also contain that, right? I'll give you another example here. You have seen the eyes of insect. They have, if you see through microscope, you'll see those kind of pattern. They have a color kind of thing there. Sometimes in the world of insects, I'll give another example. Marine creature. And I'll find also deep sea. Those organisms which live in deep sea, depth of the sea. And depth of the sea, there's no sunlight. They also have such kind of quantum dots. But what scientists did was that they were able to create in the lab what exists in nature. Right? Now my question is that in your day-to-day life, where we use quantum dots, application part. So where we have applications, QLED, quantum LED. What does the LED stands for? Light emitting diode. And today, LED bulb we are using, lighting devices we are using. Even this panel, TV panel. Even this panel at the back side, you have a LED system there, which generate all the visual thing. I'll give you a very good example. Sony Bravia. The brand Bravia. When you go to the market to buy television, TV, you'll find QLED TV is written. That means that is made of quantum LED. Normal TV has an organic LED, what is called OLED. But now the QLED has come. Samsung, right? Samsung has also got this kind of a brand there. Then one is this one. Another thing where we can use it. Another thing is that this one. Biosensor in the field of biotechnology, where we can tag a drug, medicine with quantum dot, and that can tell the scientist where the cancer is there. Detection of tumor. What is cancer? Cancer is caused because of the growth of tumor, uncontrolled cell division. Today, it is already there in the medical science. Using quantum dot, scientist is able to see brain tumor. Again, that quantum dots being used there. Medical science application is there. Then what comes another thing here? Another thing will be this one. Quantum communication. And in future will have quantum computing. Another area for the science and technology. Quantum computers. Quantum communication. Where today the kind of computation we do, classical computing, we use computers and supercomputers. What is going to be in future? Quantum computers, which will work with the atoms, right? Properties of atoms. We'll study in the classroom, superposition, all those kind of properties are enhanced. So quantum dot was in the news. Now let's look at here. I'll build upon everything one by one. Now see here. Why I have taken this one as a part of nanotechnology. You will be able to understand in this context. Let me open this site here. So let's look at here. Nobel Prize. See, I'll be opening such kind of website just to connect with what is there in the news. Quantum dots. So UPSC definitely will go into that. We'll ask question from there. and that is a part of nanoscience and technology. Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded on that Mongi G. Bebendi, Louis E. Bruce, and Alexei Ekimo for being pioneers of nano world. The new laureates discovered and developed. See what is here? Discovered. So where the discovery is made? Nature. And developed quantum dots. Semiconductors made of particles squeezed so small that their electrons barely have room to breathe. They made it so small, nano size. Now, when you go to this one, you have a Nobel Prize also there. Every year, October, announcements are made. So now, if you look at into the Nobel Prize here, you have something press release, right? They come out with press release. This is the one comes. Look at here. For the discovery and synthesis of quantum dots, they planted an important seed for nanotechnology. Why I give this example? This is the reason for that. And I've been saying approach. If you know this approach, for you science and technology very simple. Right? Now you see here, this award given, what is mentioned here? This is the smallest components of nanotechnology. What is mentioned here? Television, TV. Mentioned here television and LED lamp can also guide surgeon. Can you see? Surgeons, medical surgeon, where they can do surgery. Those quantum light, quantum dot will go into that tumor where they can remove it. Doctor requires something to find out where that problem is there. Suppose I'll give you another example. Heart, blockage in artery, cholesterol. Again, this kind of quantum dots can help. Again, you can see here, this given. Remove tumor cells. Can you see here? Remove tumor tissues, among other things. Then you can see here, chemistry. Again, I'll come to this one. Look at here, this one. If you go to this one, last paragraph. I'm reading out the last paragraph. Quantum dots are bringing the greatest benefit to humankind in future. See here, in future flexible electronics. Let me give you a very good example. Samsung has come out with a new mobile phone. Have you seen those mobile phone? I think G series. What is that? Yes, G series. You have two type of. Either you can fold like this, or you can fold like this. It will always become like a tab. So what is flexible electronic? Those electrode which will be flexible. Correct? This is what UPSC will look into that. But when the UPSC will ask the question, what they will ask the question? Where we use quantum dots, 1, 2, 3, 4 options. Any one, any two, any three. So there you have to apply your thought. Quantum dot is like this. It produces light. So this will be the part of the application part. Correct? So this is what you come across. Sensors. And can you see here? Quantum communication. What is the future? Future, today we use the mobile phone, right? This is made of what? Radio waves. You're using radio wave communication. Now this will be in future, not with the radio, but with the light. Photonics, there's something called photon. Light becomes a carrier of information. And what the quantum dot does, it generates light, right? Different wavelength, different colors. And I'll tell you one very important thing. China, the neighbor, they've already done quantum communication. They've already done quantum communication. China is ahead of India. Right? They have already done in the nanotechnology part. Names of scientists are not very important. Where you have to remember the names of scientists? Group exams. They'll ask you Nobel Prize winners. Options. UPSC will not ask the names of scientists. UPSC will ask you the area of the science where the award has been given. Clear here? Are you able to understand? Okay, what is the quantum dot? So first, every topic will be targeted for prelims. So let's say if UPSC comes out with quantum dots, you are the one to solve. ठीक है? और ये जो अभी मैंने अभी press release दिखाया है, I'll give you the printout. So whatever I'm teaching, along with that, you will keep it together as a study material to follow there. Did you understand that? That Nobel Prize, that one page, I'll give you that as a kind of handout. So, and what you have to focus? Application part, where they're used. Right? So first thing what I've said, What is nanotechnology? When we design particles and materials for application, right? Now let me go to another application here. Again important for the UPSC exam. Graphene. Graphene, right? What is one example I have given nanotechnology? Quantum dot. Let's come to the graphene here. Second, you can write graphene. Now tell me anybody in the classroom. As an example, what is graphene? Same point you have to continue. See, this is what I mentioned. You have to continue. Application QLED. One application I have given. You can do one thing here. You can go give the number. Number one QLED. Second, you can give the number graphene. Number two. So that you have proper structured note. Okay, now tell me what is graphene? Carbon. Okay. No, but what is why the word graphene has come? From where the word graphene has come? You all are aware. Graphite. It has come from graphite. See, when you look at carbon, now I'm using the word here. Carbon has got two allotropes. What is allotropes? Chemically they are same, physical properties are different. Form. And you know one is the hardest, diamond. And which is the soft one? Graphite. This is what you have read in chemistry. Now why graphite is soft? See, diamond is the hardest, hard. Both are carbon. Graphite is soft because you have layers of carbon. These are carbon-carbon atoms. When you look into microscope, electron microscope, we have a layer of carbon, right? And the layers are there. So which is able to slide, soft form. Now what is graphene? Now you'll understand. If I remove this layer, in the graphite, if you peel out, just like banana skin, you take out the layer of that carbon atoms. So that will be called graphene. So what is graphene here? Graphene is this one. Two-dimensional form of graphite. Two-dimensional form of graphite. So this is the graphene. Sorry, graphite. This is graphite. What is graphene? One part. Layers of carbon. So what is here basically? You have layers of carbon atom. That means if I draw a diagram, so this is the graphene, where you have all these carbon atoms bonded together in a hexagon lattice. They have hexagon kind of a lattice there. All these are carbon atoms. Right? Now this is thinnest material. See, graphite itself, and then you're taking one layer of carbon atoms, thinnest. Right? Now let's understand here. The same graphene, this two-dimensional carbon, has properties here. It has got high electrical conductivity. High electrical conductivity. We'll see the application part. High electrical conductivity. What does that mean? Charge, current. Now just see here. When I say high electrical conductivity, right? High electrical conductivity. So either conduction, I'll write it down here. Either the conduction could be horizontal or it could be vertical. If I fold it, either it will be like this, charge, let's say electron, or if I fold it, imagine that this paper, just imagine this paper is the graphene. You roll it, fold it. So that becomes carbon nanotube, CNT. What is called as here? So when I roll up here, again remember that. What is the size here? What is width? Nanometer. Just like cylinder. So this is a carbon nanotube. Are you able to understand? What is graphene? That layer of carbon. Either the electron can be horizontal, and if you fold it, roll it up, so it will become like a tube. What is called carbon nanotube? Why is it called carbon atoms? Why is it nano width? Now tell me, when you use this one, how the current will be conducted? Vertical. Charge, current will conduct vertical. And when you have straight, horizontal. So where we can use this one? Electronics. Where the application will be there? In the field of electronics. Are you able to understand? See, science you have to always study in a simpler way. That's what I've drawn the diagram here. So this is graphene here. Now what comes here? What I said, where the UPSC will ask the question, applications. Now tell me what all applications will be there. I have made you understand what is graphene. Now tell me the applications of graphene. कहाँ कहाँ यूज होगा इसका, और आज हम यूज कर रहे हैं बहुत सारी जगह है. पहला क्या है? डिस्प्ले पैनल. See, graphene has already come to the market. Right? Today, laptop, we have a screen, right? Mobile phone, we have a screen. And nowadays, touch screen. Imagine, एक time था, डब्बा. You know डब्बा, computer. You remember that 90s? With a type and mouse. That used to be the computer. Big size. People used to carry like this. Heavy. Then what happened? It disappeared. Then came the sleek one. Now you have even the thinnest one. What will be in future? That will be the laptop. Imagine the mobile phone. This mobile phone is becoming thinner. Now imagine future is a paper size. Paper. And that is going to be there. I'll tell you that. This is going to be real in our life. We'll use those. That's why Samsung has brought foldable electronics. In future, remember that this mobile phone will be just like a kind of a very thin, even 5 times smaller than this. And they will be made of graphene. तो चिंता करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. घर का पैकिंग करना है, कुछ नहीं करना. Just you will open it, paste on the wall, TV is ready. Right? Your TV is ready with that. Now what happens? You have to carry that television, then you will hang on the wall. That is going to be the future. Display panel, whatever display is there. Sometimes, we do the display in where? Advertisement. You see the advertisement board? All will be graphene. Thinnest material. Then again, see here. Another thing will be what? This one, touch screen. The touch screen, wherever we use there, touch screen, that will be graphene. Again, where the graphene will be used? Graphene is used in, see, they are also very strong material, this electronics. And what is one word comes always in the current news? Sensor. Electronic sensor. Right? So here, let's say this one, sensors. What is sensor? We sense the environment. Right? Temperature, air, humidity, all those sensors work. And today we are using in our day-to-day life. Yes, but they are not made of graphene. Future will be graphene based. So another very important application, nanotechnology, which I mentioned here. Right? So that way, carbon nanotube, again carbon nanotube. Today we have the brake, brakes and all made of carbon nanotubes. They're playing the very, very important role. So now let me go to another one here. I will now, all I've written this one. So I'm going at a pace which comfortable to everyone. Right? I'll not rush through. I'll not be very slow. You have to just go through it one by one. Now let's understand here. Nano gold. Third one. Where nano gold is used? Recently it was in the news. Nano gold particle. No? Recently it was in the news. I think a scientist prepared this nano gold from some natural material. Sometimes you read article in Hindu paper, the Hindu paper or Indian Express. Scientists in the lab, they prepare different things. Even sometimes they use a natural material to prepare something there. So nano gold was there. So nano gold that is used as a treatment of cancer, small gold particle, right, which can go to the tumor cell, attach and then destroy the tumor, right? Nano gold particle that has already been developed worldwide. Worldwide the use is there, where the nanotechnology has come into application there. Then I'm coming to another one, very, very important one. Imagine, today we have a lift. In a house we have building, we have a lift. Imagine molecular lift, tiny machine, and it has been developed. Today we are not using it, but in future we'll use such kind of machine, nano machine, right? And one could be here, this one, robotics, right? What is robot? A machine which is programmed to do any kind of task. Now future machines will be like that, which will use the nanotechnology. Nanomaterials will be there. Then again this one, fifth one. We are using many places there. Nano composite. What is composite? Polymer. They are basically polymers. And I'll give you example here. We are using nano composite material where lightweight spacecraft, satellite. See, today satellite is heavy, right? Sometimes satellite may be tons, thousands of kilogram. Imagine future satellite which is made of lightweight kind of materials. So it will be easy for a rocket to carry. See, why today we have that cost factor, launch vehicle. What is launch vehicle? Rocket. When the rocket will be heavier, so what will happen there? It will carry less payload. What is called payload? Spacecraft, satellite. But if you imagine the rocket is a lightweight, or let's say satellite is a lightweight, the same rocket will put into the orbit number of satellites. This always you remember that PSLV, GSLV has a limiting capacity. It cannot go beyond a particular kind of payload, right? Like GSLV, LBM3, Mark 3, 4,000 kilogram, 4 tons. Where I'm talking about high Earth orbit. But if you look at low Earth orbit, 10,000 kilogram. But if something is bigger than that, it will not be able to launch. So we can create those kind of spacecraft. I'll give you a very good example here. You'll come across this word CubeSat. CubeSat. And India, I'm giving you a very important one. Smallest satellite was built by students of college. Nowadays ISRO, ISRO, promoting students in space science and technology. Kalam Sat is named after Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Kalam Sat. Kalam Sat is a very small satellite. You can keep that satellite in here on the palm. There's a palm. In the palm, you can keep the satellite. It has got everything about the part of a satellite. All the components of satellites are built into is very small. Imagine that a very small satellite has got all components of big satellite. We have bigger satellite. So again, that is a nanotechnology, right? Now we are getting the private startups. Recently, there was something in news. A private startup, Sri Harikota, the new launch pad getting ready in Sri Harikota, Satish Dhawan Space Center, Agni Kul, Agni Ban. Have you read about this? All this is news. Agni Kul is a private startup, and they have built a rocket, right? This is where the applications are there. Agni Kul, this company, by two young persons are there, right? They have developed this company called Agni Cool, and they have developed Agni Ban. What is Agni Ban? Is a rocket, three-stage rocket. And they, you'll be surprised to know this rocket has been constructed using 3D printer. 3D printer which can print. That was in the news. See, that is what you have to always connect back. My purpose is that showing you the website or any kind of Google search is just to make you aware this is what is there in the headline. So then let's say this Agni Cool space. See here.